In this video, I'm literally going to force you to lose weight. Now, why can I say that? Because if you follow the principles that I'm going to outline for you, it will be impossible for you not to lose the gut. You'll tighten up your love handles, you'll effortlessly lose fat, and you will create a lifestyle that you'll actually enjoy and sustain for the rest of your life. Now, if you're a dad watching this, that's who I'm talking to. If you're not a dad, you're a woman, you're a young guy in your 20s, just click away from the video. This is not for you. This is specifically for super busy executive style fathers above the age of 35 that have anywhere between 20 and 50 pounds that they want to lose in the next 6 months. Now, why can I make this promise? That's because I've helped 317 dads in the last 3 years lose 25 pounds or more with the exact strategies that I'm going to outline for you here. Now, if you follow it to a T, I'm looking over here now. If you follow to a T, you're not going to fuck up, right? You literally can't fuck up. So I'm going to outline this for you, okay? We're going to do it quick, we're going to do it fast, and we're going to have some fun. So if you're taking notes, make sure to take notes fast because I talk fast. There are 3 components to losing fat. There's fitness, there's nutrition, and there's mindset. Now, if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a secret 4th component that if you actually implement it, it will literally be impossible for you not to make progress with this. So let's talk about fitness. I'm looking at my notes over here and I'm not gonna go back and forth and really cut this video up. So you're just gonna watch me look at my notes, okay? Number 1, there's fitness, okay? Now fitness has 2 different components. You have cardio, right? Which is the ability to use your heart and have high levels of endurance. And then there's muscular, right? The ability to work out and all that other good stuff, right? Lift weights. So, we want to have a little bit of both. Now, I want you to think about the difference between benching 225 pounds and being able to run a 5K. Now, if your goal is to lower your 5K time or your marathon time, I'm not your guy. Click away. Like I don't work. This is not really going to work if you're training for an Ironman or any of those things. But if your goal is to look great without ever having to run, I'm your guy because I hate running. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's not something that I like doing. And not a single one of my clients has ever been prescribed running as a means to lose fat. So if you hate running, welcome home, Dad. Welcome home. So there's 2 things that build muscle. Number 1, this is the one that we're focused on here, okay, is intensity. And we're also going to be focused on volume. Okay. Now, most people get caught up in the latter, volume, how many sets, how many reps, right? Like how much weight are you moving and all that other good stuff. But without intensity, you will get nowhere. You need to be training with intensity. Now, you have to build muscle if you're ever going to change your physique. We've all seen the guys who all they do is run and they look like twigs. And if you're on this channel and you want to look like a twig, you can click away from this channel because I want to turn you into a Greek god. Okay, so you have to build muscle to change your physique. When you have more muscle, you have a higher base metabolic rate, you naturally burn more fat. Now, if you're like, all right, well, working out, like I've seen all this stuff on the internet, like, should I do low reps and high weight? Should I do high weight and low reps? I have a free 30-day program in the description, in the link in the description. Just click down there, you can get it for free. It's all for you, man. Just go ahead and take it. I want to help people, okay? Now, the more muscle you have, like I said, the higher the BMR you're going to have. That equals more calories that you're going to use and the less fat you're going to hold on to. So as long as you follow component number 2, then it'll be very easy for you to build muscle, lose fat, look great. And we don't even necessarily have to worry about the weight on the scale all that much. Okay, so let's talk about nutrition. This is a volatile topic, right? How many of you have ever scrolled through Instagram and in the same 5 minutes you've seen eat carbs, don't eat carbs, eat eggs, don't eat eggs, drink a lot of water, don't drink a lot of water? I mean, the level of confusion is at an all-time high. I think personally, you're not obese, you're infobese. You're fat with all of this information, but you don't really know where to go with it, right? Like, how do I actually implement it? For most people, for most dads, dieting is the hardest part. So I'm going to simplify this for you. And I'm going to give you something that if you follow it, you will lose 25 pounds or more effortlessly. Okay. And you actually won't even really be that hungry. Okay. Now, if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, you probably are a little bit insulin resistant. you may have a bit of a slower metabolism, and you can go on my channel and find other videos on how to speed up your metabolism and what to do if you're a bit insulin resistant. But if you have like 25, 35 pounds to lose, you're not insulin resistant, you don't have a hormone deficiency, you don't have any of that stuff, you just need the basics, all right? Now, if you have more than 50 pounds, I'd probably recommend go to the other videos on my channel to really learn how to tighten up. I've helped guys lose over 100 pounds, and what I do with those guys is very different than the dads that come to me wanting to lose 25 or 30 pounds, okay? So, no matter what though, even if you have a slow metabolism, even if you are insulin resistant, even if you have a hormonal issue, they may change how you do what I'm about to share with you, but doing it is still required for fat loss. And that is everyone's favorite word, right? For fat loss, calorie deficit. Say it with me now, calorie deficit. You must be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. Insulin resistance and slow metabolism may affect how you attain those things, attain a calorie deficit, but you must be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. That's it. That's all you need to know, okay? Now, for that, in terms of nutrition, right, I'm gonna give you a bit of an equation. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your body weight and you're gonna multiply it by 11. Now, some guys say 12, some guys say 10. I like to pick the middle because this will give you the highest amount of food that you can eat while being just slightly hungry, a very controllable level of hunger. So you're actually eating more food and it's a little bit slower. Like, you're not gonna lose 3 pounds a week, right? But hey, man, like, I don't know about you, I would rather enjoy the entire process and not hate it so that way I could live my life like this versus like, I'm just gonna crash diet for the next 90 days and then 6 months after that, all the weight's back on, right? So we're all about sustainability here at Unbreakable Dads. So what you'll do is you'll take your body weight times 11, say you're 240 pounds. What that means is that you're gonna take your little calculator on your phone, do it with me now, 240 times 11. Excellent. So that means that to lose weight, you need to consume 2,640 calories, given that you are working out. If you are not working out, then I would multiply by 10. Okay? If you're like, I just want to eat to lose weight, I'm not working out at all, or I only work out once a week, then I would eat 2,400 calories. Okay? Now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to calculate how much protein you need to eat. This is very simple. Just take your total calories here. So let's say it's 2,640. You're going to multiply that by 0.4. So that way 40% of your calories come from protein. Oh, look at that. My iPad is going to solve that for me. That's amazing. Let's see. Does that actually work? Wow. 1,056. Let's see. Is it going to do it again if I divide that by 4? Because that's how many calories are in. Oh, it didn't work this time. Okay. All right. You only work once. That's really cool. My iPad did that. Oh, shit. All right. So the reason why we're multiplying by 0.4 is because we want 40% of our calories to come from protein. Now, we're going to divide that by 4 because there's 4 calories in every grams of protein. So that's going to tell us how many grams. Now, that says 264. Is it possible for you to eat 264 grams of protein? Absolutely. What I will tell you is that's really the high end of the range. I'm going to give you something else. You ready? So 2,640 times that by 0.82, right? I did that wrong. Okay. So you're going to do 264 times, so 264 times 0.82 and you'll get 216. All right. So here's what I'll give you. I'm going to give you a bit of a range. As long as you land between, on a daily basis, 264 grams of protein and 216 grams of protein. I don't know about you. That seems a hell of a lot easier to me. I would probably stick to like 220 a day. Very doable. Just honestly, if you need a diet plan, just click the link in the description, right? And it'll show you how to hit 200 grams of protein. But anyways, 216 and 264, your carbs and your fats can fall as they like. And what that means is that if you like keto, go fucking nuts, kid. All right. I don't really care. I don't think it's the most sustainable, but if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you need, more carbs, then hey, eat more carbs. Just track your food. Okay. You have two options in this world on creating a calorie deficit with accuracy. On one side, you have a restrictive diet. Now, this would include things like keto, carnivore, right? Vegan, OMAD, if you've ever tried that, intermittent fasting, meal plan. And then you have very flexible dieting. And with flexible dieting, right, this requires tracking. You could track everything that you eat. Now, if you think about it, you have to ask yourself, what is going to work for you? Because here's the thing, they all work. Every single thing, okay? Intermittent fasting works, keto works, carnivore works, flexible dieting works. It all fucking works, dude. But it's not about what works. It's about what works every day in your life. For me personally, I do a bit of a mix. Personally, what I do is Monday through Friday, I'm on a meal plan. I just eat the same fucking thing every day. I'm distracted by work. I have 2 kids. I have goals. I gotta make videos like this. I have so much going on that even the minute thought of tracking something on an app was just like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not. I tried. I don't really like it, okay? So Monday through Friday, I follow a meal plan. Now Saturday and Sunday, when I have more like volatile things that are happening, what I do is this is when I'll track, all right? I have a very different schedule. Sometimes we go up to my brother's house, sometimes we go to my wife's brother's house, all these other different things. This is where I track. So I just do both. It's not one or the other. If you think about it, all of these things are tools in a tool belt. When I go on vacation, and let's say I'm going, the last vacation I went to Austin, Texas for like 4 days, okay? When I was down there, dude, I did a mixture of intermittent fasting and ketogenic style eating. I didn't track a single thing. I used 2 different tools in my tool belt that work really, really well. Doesn't require me to track, and it gives me a little bit of restriction so that way I can just stay right on point. And I didn't gain any weight. It felt great. It was awesome. And I just used the tool in the tool belt. And this is one of the things we teach in Unbreakable Dads is having a tool belt allows you to build your life. Just like if you were a carpenter building a house, you wouldn't show up to build a house and be like, I have hammer. What nails can I hit? Where are the nails? And then, the homeowner's like, dude, what about the screwdriver, the saw, laying the cement? And you're like, I just have a hammer. They would fire you immediately. So if all you're doing is trying to solve every single situation with just one of these things, that's stupid. Don't do that, and build yourself a tool belt. Okay? Don't be dumb. Okay? Dieting is a spectrum, right? The problem is that I've got everything I've gone over at this point. If you're still watching, you're probably starting to say in your head, like, I know all of this, man. Like I know this, but I'm just not doing it. I'm not taking any actions. And that's because you don't have component number 3 nailed down. Okay? And that's having the right mindset. Let's talk about having the right mindset, okay? So mindset is very simple. It is your communication with yourself and how you are reacting to external stimulus. Okay, let me say that again. It is how you communicate with yourself and how you are choosing to react to external stimulus. Meaning, if somebody puts a jar of peanut butter in front of me, it means nothing. I may want to eat some, but if I'm on a fat loss plan and it's Monday through Friday, it's not on my meal plan, I don't have like this, oh man, it's right there, dude. Like it doesn't have any power over me, okay? If you've ever said to yourself like, man, I just love chips too much. That's a mindset of those chips, the craving for those chips is more powerful than me as a person. Right? So when you change your mindset, you change everything. All of the external stimuli that is getting you off track, all of the things, all the excuses, the kids, the schedule, the commute, the energy, the sleep, like all that stuff, it's present. It's always going to be there. So what you need to do is change how you're reacting to that so that way you can make better choices. Okay. Now, you know this because there have been plenty of times, my friend, where you've gone and gotten really hard for 2 weeks, right? You've said, hey man, for these 2 weeks, like I was perfect. And then something happened and I fell off and I got sad, right? Like something happened, it threw me off, and then I just got into fuck it mode for the next 30 days. And I was just like, fuck this. Like, I don't really care about my diet. Like, if it's not perfect, then what's the point in doing it? And that right there is what I call a 0 or 100 mentality. When you have a 0 or 100 mentality, you do not operate within the world. You're trying to create a fantasy land. You're saying if the circumstances aren't exactly what I think that they should be, then I'm just going to say fuck it. right? Oh man, I went to this birthday party and I accidentally forgot my meal. Well, I'm just gonna eat cake and chips and whatever, because it doesn't matter, because if I'm not eating this specific thing at this specific time, then it's ruined anyways. And you have this 0 or 100 mentality. Either I'm perfect or I'm fuck it, I don't do anything. Either I nail my macros perfectly or I don't track a single thing and I don't even really care, right? And I give up on myself. Either I hit fucking 6 workouts a week, or if I miss one, then I say, what's the point? Because, oh, I missed shoulder day. I mean, it's a very childish thing, right? Like we've all had toddlers, right? If you don't have a toddler yet, you will experience this, okay? My toddler, who's 2 years old, said, I want pancakes. And I said, okay, great. I made enough batter. Usually she gets 4. The way I kind of like laid it out, poured too much on the first one, so there was only 3. It is the exact same amount of food. But in her mind, she saw 3 pancakes, not 4 pancakes. And so she had a fucking hissy fit. And she went ape shit. She was like, no, I don't even want pancakes anymore. And it was like a 25-minute episode. So when you say things to yourself like, oh man, I didn't track my breakfast and I forget, blah, 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 like I'm just not gonna do anything. You're having like a mini meltdown like a toddler, right? Do you see how you like, do you see the connection here? I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything like that. I'm just trying to get you to see like the foolishness in that thought pattern. So we have this 0 or 100 mentality. And what I want you to start to adopt, I'm gonna kind of translate this over here, is I want you to adopt what I call a zone of progress mentality, okay? So perfection would be like 7 days of perfect, movement. You got 10,000 steps every day, not 7 workouts, but like you moved at a high level every day. 7 days of perfect nutrition, all that other good stuff. And then, the W could just be like, I drank all my water and my supplements and stuff like that, right? Now, most people think like, all right, if I don't do this, then I won't lose any weight. But the thing is you don't have to be perfect to progress. So what we do in our program is we create a standard of 4-5-W. 4 workouts per week, 5 days of being excellent on your nutrition minimum, right? And drinking your water and your supplements. I mean, that's pretty fucking standard, right? So if we take this across, then what that means is that everything above this line, this is all called the zone of progress. Zone of progress. Any Parks and Recs fan? The calzone zone. Anyways, so this is the zone of progress. That means that even on a shit week, quote unquote, right? What somebody would deem like a bad week, you can have great progress. And yeah, maybe you can improve next week. You hit 5 workouts or you hit 6 days of perfect nutrition, but you're still going to make progress as long as you're in there. And this allows you to not have to worry about being perfect, because here's the big fucking secret. This is what everybody wants. Okay. I just want sustainability. I want to be able to sustain all the progress that I make. But they think that sustainability is like the perfect workout, the perfect diet. Like, it's not, brother. Okay? Sustainability, dude, is a mindset. It's your ability to not be perfect while still moving forward. It's your ability to give yourself a little bit of grace and understand that not everything is in your control, but what always is in your control is how you're choosing to react to it. Right? You can't control when your 3-year-old wakes up at 1 o'clock in the morning with a fever and all of a sudden your morning routine is, you're down for the count, dude. Like, you're not going to the gym at 5 a.m. Like, it's not happening. Your daughter won't sleep unless she's laying on top of you. Like, you can't control when the kids contract norovirus and all of a sudden there's puke all over the house, right? Like, you can't control these things, but how you react to it is going to determine whether or not you can sustain your progress. Okay? Last but not least, and I'll give you some free game here, okay? Component number 4, okay? If you do this, I promise you cannot fail. If you do what I'm about to share with you, you cannot fail. And that is creating accountability in your life. Create some form of accountability in your life. Now, rules number 1, do not use your wife as your accountability partner. And I know that there's probably some guy watching this who's just like, nah, dude, like me and my wife, bro, like we could really hold each other accountable. I'm gonna promise you that your wife is already caught up and picking up slack in your life in other areas and other places that she does not want to sit there and like chirp at you if she sees you eating chips or going off plan. She's not going to want to do that. And you would not want to do that with her because you want to sleep in the same bed every night. You can encourage each other, But I'm talking about legitimate accountability. Having somebody who's asking you questions, who's helping you and guiding you, right? So you can do this in a few different ways, okay? Do you have that level of a friendship with somebody else? Do you have somebody who can literally hold you accountable, okay? And if you're being a bitch, call you a bitch. If you need encouragement, give you encouragement, who has done everything that you've done. So a lot of guys confuse accountability with partnership. Like, hey, me and my buddy, we both need to lose 50 pounds, so we're gonna hold each other accountable. No, you're not. You're gonna push each other and encourage each other. But if you fall off and then John falls off, you guys are both gonna commiserate and say, oh yeah, it's just a little bit too hard, because they don't know how to lose the 50 pounds because they haven't lost the 50 pounds. But do you have a friend who's in really good shape, that you have a close enough relationship with, that you trust, but a far enough away relationship where they can be fucking real and honest with you because they're not trying to save the friendship at all times? And do they have the results that you're looking for and know how to navigate it, right? If you don't, then my friend, this is why I started Unbreakable Dads, is because accountability requires guidance, empathy, meaning somebody who's done what you've done, who knows how to navigate everything, right? Encouragement. I'm not going to write the whole fucking thing. That says encouragement, right? And also a kick in the ass. You need someone who's going to be willing to call you on your bullshit. Brian Scuderi, BS, bullshit. See, I'm fucking born for this, right? So this is why I started my coaching company, was because when guys have legitimate accountability, it's game over for them, dude. Like, when they have that in their life, they have encouragement. They have someone who can empathize with where they was. I lost 40 pounds, by the way, right? They have someone who's navigated everything that they've experienced. I literally ran my own sales team of over 300 people. I had 10 locations. I was working 60 to 70 hours a week, and I still lost 40 pounds. I know what it's like to be busy. Oh, and I did that while building a family and moving 3 times in 2 years. Yeah, dude, I understand what a changing schedule looks like, okay? There's nothing that you've experienced that I haven't that I don't know how to navigate, right? But I also know how to give you a kick in the ass. You can kind of get that feeling from this video that, like, hey, he's kind of fun to be around, but like, I also am not going to take your shit, right? So this is why when guys come into the program, all this other stuff that you see here, I'm going to try to make this zoom out. It's not going to zoom, so I'm going to do this, right? All this stuff that you see here, these other components, they all fit together like a puzzle. And when you nail down component number 4, it's basically the glue that brings it all together, right? And it makes it really easy because it removes that level of thinking for you. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have a coach. There are plenty of men on the planet that do not need high level of accountability. Maybe they just need a plan. Maybe they just need a diet plan. Maybe they just need a workout plan. They're very self-motivated, but there are some guys that do really, really well with accountability. This is why I have multiple tiered structures in my coaching program and not, I don't only offer one-on-one. So that being said, if you want, click the link in the description. You can go and check out everything about what Unbreakable Dads is. And if you're like, man, I wish that I had guidance, empathy, encouragement, and a kick in the ass, and this Brian guy seems pretty fucking cool, click the link in the description. You can book a call with me directly and we can see if I can help you lose anywhere between 20 and 50 pounds in less than 5 hours a week of effort. And if you're watching this and you're like, that all sounds great, but like I'm gonna do it on my own, then go check out the other videos on my page because I outline everything for you. And if you click on the right one, there's gonna be another link to a free diet, a free workout program that I give everything away for free on my YouTube channel. So don't fucking buy anything from any of these like hustlers on Instagram. That being said, thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend or day or Tuesday. I don't know. Just fucking have a great day.